Hey everybody, Pinstripe here. What is going on? Welcome back to some more generated maps. Tonight it is red versus blue. Just a quick matchup here on normal health. I was about to say half health then, but normal health. You know, the kind of default in competitive these days is double health, but sometimes you just want to go back to basics and be able to one-tap dudes as quickly as possible. Just a nice quick match with some pickups as well. We're on a default kind of snowy map where the landmass is everywhere. There is no water, so it's going to be all about those cluster grenades as well, which is kind of what I'm going to be touching on in this commentary. Also, question, Super TNT or freeze gas? Because I went with freeze gas because getting a turn, I see that as being way more valuable compared to just blowing something up. If you can like prolong the life of a pig or an entity, i.e. a vehicle or something on the map, then that can benefit you greatly. But clusters are going to be, I'm going to be using that sort of 1-2 tap strategy, which is a bit more risky when especially when you're really far away, but it does pay off in the majority of these shots and is worth practicing, definitely. But the safer option that a lot of players are probably more used to is throwing the grenade, detonating it roughly above the target's head, and then letting that cluster of grenades fly up into the air, come back down again, and then detonate them, which you can still do to get, you know, minimum of about 90 damage if you're like 100% on target. But the 2-tap is kind of catching the pig in the middle of the air. So obviously the first explosion will push them up slightly, and then both the pig and the grenades will be rising at roughly the same height. So you have to be dead on with your timing to detonate it at the right time to get the maximum amount of damage. It does take a little bit of practice and getting used to, but once you have got your timings down, it should be fairly simple. And it is very beneficial in the long run with getting the most out of the grenadier, because obviously clusters are going to be way more important. If you're looking at the high explosive grenade, that is kind of the safer option a lot of the time. You know, solid 60, it's always good. But what's also good, looking at the super airburst, is disintegrating pigs. When you're only on normal health, obviously the super airburst is going to be incredibly powerful. And the more and more that I play on normal health, on just in multiplayer in general, is how many weapons or classes are able to kill a pig in a single turn. So you look at the paratrooper, he can use his jetpacks in combination with the airburst, sometimes the cattle prod or the machine gun, but that's at like minimum like 60 damage in that turn. But if you use 2, you can take out the majority of every other class. The heavy, I mean, I don't want to count the flamethrower trick, but that's there. So 102 damage is technically on offer. Besides that, then I guess the heavy is maybe the only one that can't one-tap a single class, unless you're incredibly accurate with the mortar, because you can technically get 70 or even 90 damage from those additional shells. So there's potential there. I mean, Sapper, of course, the shrapnel, I don't want to say it's broken, but you know how it is. Especially when you look at the base health of every single class, like the highest amount of health available on normal setting will be the Sapper with 75 HP. So the medic as well technically can't one-tap somebody in a single turn, but using those tranquilizers then in combination with the rifle burst, you know. I mean, Grenadier we've already covered, Paratrooper as we've said. The Scout as well, I mean, Poison is going to be a big one. Normal health, dropping them down to like in the 50s, and Poison, that's pretty good because that's just like a minimum like 2 turns away from getting the skip potentially. So there's a lot of different combinations and a lot of ways to do things quickly. And again, I always come back to this, but utilizing the short amount of time it takes to kill dudes is good practice if you're kind of bored of double health. Anyway, here we are on the final turn. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Just another short gameplay here. I'm finishing off with a beautiful shot, I have to say. Rather than walking up close, I figured I'll take the harder shot, and it just floats in. Full 60, beautiful shot. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments below. If you like this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. It really does help me out. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later for the next one.